Hello, my name is Dimitrios Vouros and I am a general surgeon coming from the beautiful island of Samos, Greece. Currently, I am a senior clinical fellow in HPB, hepatopancreatobiliary surgery at Manchester Royal Infirmary. This position is supported by the BOWA fellowship, which provides funding for my training specifically focused on HPB surgery. I studied medicine at the National and Kapodistrian University of Athens, where I graduated in 2015. During my studies, I was awarded a 5-year scholarship through a university-related legacy fund. After completing my medical degree, I pursued a master's program in surgical oncology, which I completed in 2019. My master's thesis was a systematic review focused on pancreatic surgery. Since 2019, I've been a PhD candidate at the same university, with my doctoral research being again oriented in pancreatic surgery. Part of my PhD research has already been presented in the latest congress held in Lyon, France by the International HPB Association. I completed my 6-year surgical training in the first propedeutic department of surgery in Athens, Greece. As part of my residency, I had the unique opportunity to spend 3 months in a clinical attachment at HPB, hepatopancreatobiliary unit at Manchester Royal Infirmary. So from an early age, I was inspired by the idea of making a meaningful impact on people's lives, and healthcare felt like a natural pathway for my decision. When I studied medicine back in Athens, I was drawn to surgery because of the immediate impact that surgery had on people's lives. Over time, my exposure to HPB surgery let me work directly with patients dealing with some of the most dangerous and challenging illnesses. But there is also a personal perspective to this point, because as a child, when I was at the age of 12, one beloved person of mine was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, something that was a traumatic experience for me, because I didn't even know what pancreas was, or even cancer. So I said to myself, when I grow up, I will try to do my best in my life to help those patients, like my beloved one, to cope with those difficult diseases. Since I finished my residency program as a general surgeon, I wanted to specialize in HPB surgery. I wanted to have the opportunity to work in a centralized department, so BOWA fellowship seemed to fulfill all my desires. Since I have a positive feedback during my clinical attachment at MRI 2 years ago, I wanted to be part of this team. So when I realized that a clinical fellow was available, I immediately made application. I was shortlisted, which means that I would have the opportunity to attend at a virtual interview with one general surgeon and one HPB surgeon from the HPB department. So after the interview, which, guess what, was successful, I reactivated my license to practice according to the GMC practices and completed all the necessary tick box required, and here I am. Even from my clinical attachment, I realized that the environment at MRI would be ideal for me. The consultants were very friendly, they were very open-minded and kind as well. They were really supportive, and they were available when I need them, from minor stuffs to much more important aspects like academic and hands-on stuff. The rest of the registrars were also very kind, and the junior doctors as well, especially during the ward rounds. The theatre staff and the ward nurses, of course, were always and are always next to me when I need them, and trust me, I need them a lot, especially now. Well, number one goal is to gain HPB experience in terms of participating and performing as much HPB cases as possible. It's a unique experience for me. That's why I will try to learn as much as possible, not only in the theatre, but also in other aspects, like the perioperative management and the follow-up of those patients. Moreover, participating in research projects, especially multi-center studies, will be another major goal for me, combined with the opportunity to attend and present my work at coming up English congresses and, of course, international congresses during the next months.